Thank you, I wrote that. That music, no. Actually, that sketch you just saw was co-written by our next guest. He's a wonderful stand-up comedian, and you've probably seen him maybe in this show, you maybe Funny or Die, used to be all around town. He's one of our favorites. Please give a big round of applause for Bennie Arthur.
Yeah, give it up for Top Story, guys. Yeah, what a great show, huh? Yeah, and give it up for yourself because you're fucking awesome. Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, okay, JK. No, I'm totally JKing on the JK guys because you guys are great. So, so anyway, what's going on, guys? We have the Oscars, right? It's award season, so some people are getting screeners. So anyway, okay. So let's talk about the Oscar movies, okay? You have this first film called Amour, right? Amour? Okay, so I don't speak French. But I read on IMDb the thing about the movie. It's basically like an older couple where one of the woman suffers a stroke that paralyzes half of her body. So definitely go out and see that movie. That's not depressing as shit whatsoever. And they covered up how depressing the movie is by putting it in French. So because, you know, anything in French is great. It's beautiful. It's the language of love. And then also Lincoln, okay? Yeah, I get it. Daniel Day-Lewis is great as Lincoln. Okay, but let's not forget about the guy who played Lincoln from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Come on. You know, that's the Lincoln I want. I want the Lincoln who will get arrested at the mall with Sigmund Freud. That's the kind of Lincoln I want. And then delivers a speech that says, "Party on, dudes." I don't want this boring Daniel Day-Lewis Lincoln, whatever. So he can't drink my milk. I don't know even what that means. So I was trying to riff, guys. So not to brag, but I'm really great at riffing. So anyway, funny story, you guys. The other day I was in Glendale, and I know, not to brag, but apparently in Glendale there's this street called Chevy Chase. Remember when that street was funny? I do. I mean, that street should never gotten off the cocaine, am I right? That street got booted right out the funny farm. No more nothing but trouble for that street. No more Under the Rainbow, because starring Carrie Fisher. I wanted to impress this girl, guys, and so I decided to kill a mouse and leave it on her doorstep. She got freaked out about it. Dating's hard. So, yeah, so that happened. No, so horrible breakup a little while ago. You know, things just weren't going well, you know. I totally had to force quit my last relationship just because she was not responsive. So, and there was like a little ball going up on my screen, like it kept on rolling over and over again, and I went to start up menu, scroll down, and hit force quit. So, end of that. But good news is, I actually do have a new girlfriend, guys, who just so happens to be a ghost. I call her my boo. So, the best advice I ever got was from a former neighbor of mine while he was high on crystal meth, and he just said, "You know what your problem is? You need to stop sucking." And after that, that's when I got into crystal meth. So, FYI, guys, if you say FYI to me, I know that's for my information. So, that joke did not work. So, you know, guys, okay, this past week was Martin Luther King Day. All right, and in case you guys didn't know, anyway, I grew up in Virginia, so for years on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, they also had Lee Jackson Day. So it was Lee, Robert E. Lee, Stonewall Jackson, two Confederate war heroes. So because this day celebrating this great civil rights leader isn't enough. It's totally missing something. You know what's missing? Confederate war heroes. So it's basically like, hey, you know what? We want to celebrate He-Man, but celebrating He-Man's not enough. Let's tag on Skeletor and Beastman.
Yeah!
Right? So, you are a racist for saying that. So, I don't even know what that means. So, sorry, I did not mean to insult anyone. So, anyway, that joke went very well. But before I do this last bit, I've been thinking about when I have kids. And I think when I actually have a son, I think I'm going to call him King. Because of King Arthur. So anyway, I didn't know that was doing stand-up till a little bit ago. So anyway, that's why some of this stuff is sucking. So anyway, who here likes sex, guys?
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah. So thank you. You know all the sex acts like the Donkey Punch or Cleveland Steamer? Well, I've come up with a few of my own that I'd like to try out tonight, verbally, not physically. This first one I like to call the Optimus Prime, okay? Now, the Optimus Prime is where you have sex with the girl, and then you transform it into a truck and drive off. And since President's Day is coming up next month, I have a few based on popular presidents. Like this first one I like to call the Wayne McKinley. Now, the Wayne McKinley is where you have sex with the girl, and then you go to Buffalo for the World's Fair and you get assassinated. So, only got to try that once, but it was well worth it. How about this? How about you guys call out a president, and I will come up with a sex act on the spot.
Gerald Ford.
Gerald Ford? That is where you're actually not trying to have sex, but you trip and you just fall into the woman's vagina. So, anyone else?
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. That is where you have sex with a girl who's coming out of a horrible 8-year relationship. So, anyone else? Okay. Teddy Roosevelt, that's where you have sex with a girl with a very big stick. Okay. One more, what was Franklin Pierce? That is where you have sex with the girl and then you lose your only son in a horrific train accident. So, okay, thank you. I've been Bennie Arthur. Give it up for Pop